Walk around with two big rigs, one in each hand. I think they call that double fist in it. Oh, it's getting a little nippy out too. Just right over there'll do. Oh yeah, that'll do just fine. Oh, we're gonna have to make this one quick. I'm cold. Cold in the mud. Cold in the mud. That seems about right. It might be a little crooked, but that's okay. Yeah, let's straighten it out. That'll annoy me. All right, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Today we're gonna be taking a quick look at a 30-year-old EF lens for Canon cameras. Pretty weird feeling to say that, hey, we're about to be alive in 2020, especially if you were born before the year 2000. The year 2020 seemed like a Back to the Future sort of thing, and here we are. And guess what? Still no flying cars. I'm not surprised because people can't even drive when their cars are stuck to the ground, let alone in the air. Now we gotta have pilots all over the place. Now after going out and having to pawn my great-grandmother's nipples to be able to afford a Canon RF 15-35 lens, you'd be surprised on the black market how much money you can get for some granny nips. So after spending all that money on the 15-35, I said, you know what, let me, since I got this EF to RF mount adapter, let me go out and test out a few older lenses. And this was one of the ones that really caught my eye on B&H. I picked this up used. This is the EF 85mm f1.8 USM lens. It's a fast lens, get a nice focal length out of it, really good for portraits, really good for B-roll. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be checking out today. And I got it hooked up to a second Canon EOS R, and we're on the Weeble lab here. Over a year later, and I still turn to it every now and then. I'm loving the Moza Air, but the Weeble Lab does its damn job, especially with a little bit of a smaller setup, and this isn't too heavy of a setup with this smaller lens. This is a fairly compact lens, even with the EF to RF adapter on there. But anyway, we're talking too damn much, and we didn't even get to that goddamn intro.
Resume is a heavyweight, yeah. Put it on my back, give me everything, yeah. I need everything, I need all of everything, yeah.
Brighten that up a little more. Not a lot of dynamic range on this EOS R, I gotta tell you. I hope the next version we don't have to deal with so many blown out highlights. See, like right now the sky is completely white, even though, yeah, there's some detail in those clouds right there. Now let's see what happens when we turn that ND down and reveal some of the clouds. Now you see these branches starting to show some face, but now this handsome thing is just, it's all screwed up in the game. So after buying the R, and I mean, this probably goes for everybody out there, when you pick up a new camera, you like to search around, see what lenses are available, see what you might be eyeballing for future purchases. And while doing that, I was searching B&H, and I said, you know what, I bought the brand new RF 15-35, and I spent a ton of money on it, and it's gonna be my everyday lens pretty much. I don't see myself really leaving the house without bringing this lens with me. But I do realize that 15-35 is a very limited focal length, and I wanted to pick up something else, maybe a little deeper and a little faster of a lens, a little better in low light, something for portraits if I want to do some portrait photography. I like to test my hand in some photography every now and then. Anything that has to do with cameras, I'm all about. So in doing so, I was surfing B&H, and I checked out their used department, and I found the EF 85 used for $200. I mean, I got sneakers that cost more than $200. I got jeans that cost more than $200. I've used it at paid events that I've shot, a couple of different paid events. I've shot in poor lighting, and at f1.8 it really performed well. Let me put this camera away, and then we'll just work with that so I don't gotta carry two big ass rigs around, and we'll get a few shots. Now I gotta warn you guys, I am in the middle of a freaking trail over here. We're at Milford Beach, and there ain't really a lot going on. There's no flowers on trees, there's nobody walking around, there's really nothing to film, so I'm just gonna do my best. Please don't judge me, there's literally nothing around here to film. is the 85mm vlogging test right here. You should always vlog with an 85mm. Always. So a couple things about this lens. Number one, you get an extremely shallow depth of field because it is such a tight focal length. The tighter your focal length, the more your lens zooms out, you know, 50, 85, 250, 300. The further you zoom out, the more shallow depth of field you're gonna have. So an f4 on a 24mm, you're probably not gonna get too much separation between your foreground and your background. But an f4 on a 200mm, you're gonna have a super blurry background. So at 85mm, a 1.8 probably gonna look like, I don't know, a 1.2 or f1, something like that, which means that it's extremely hard to nail your focus when you're moving. Any type of movement is just gonna throw that focal point completely off, and then you're gonna have to try to find it again. And there are challenges shooting with an 85mm, especially in video. Photo's a little different, but in video, while moving around, if you're using a gimbal like I just was, it's very hard to nail your focal point. But when you do, it looks beautiful. Another thing about this lens is when it focuses in autofocus, the autofocus performs well, but it's loud. It's a very loud lens to work with, but on the opposite side of that, really with an 85mm, it's not like you could be super close to the camera anyway. So if you do want to talk, maybe get a talking headshot or something like that, you probably either need your microphone on a boom pole, so it's nice and close to you because your camera's gonna be pretty far away from you, or you need a wireless microphone. So really, if you think about it, when you have a tight focal length like that, it really doesn't matter how loud the autofocus is, you know what I'm saying? Your camera's not really gonna be anywhere near you, which means your microphone ain't gonna be anywhere near you. You're either doing that or you're shooting B-roll or portraits with it. So when you have a tight lens like that, I don't really think loud autofocus really matters too much. And again, if you're not gonna be using these lenses all the time and it's just gonna be kind of a situational thing where you just need it every now and then for certain types of shots, maybe a party, maybe some portrait shots, then why not pick it up? Why go all out on a lens and spend, you know, upwards of $2,000 when you're just gonna be using it every now and then? Really, this old ass 30-year-old lens performs great still. For the most part, it's probably gonna sit on my shelf, but when I need it, I know it's there and I know it's gonna perform well. All right, so that's it for this one. I'm gonna head back home. I'm starting to lose some light here. If you are not already subscribed, please do so. I'd appreciate it highly. If you like this video, please throw me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that too. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy your day, enjoy your night, and enjoy tomorrow morning. Salute.
Resume is a heavyweight, yeah. Put it on my back, give me everything, yeah. I need everything, I need all of